So Steve, it looks like the market's hitting some headwinds, problems in Greece. What's happening now?
Well, the latest news out of Greece is that there might be some resistance to the bond swap that's part of the agreement for Greece to get the second tranche of its bailout from the European Union, the ECB, and the IMF. The headache right now is they need more than 90% of bondholders to agree to the swap. It looks like the number might come in slightly short of that, in which case a collective action clause would have to be triggered in order to force the rest to participate. And then you talk about the headaches of possibly triggering credit default swaps and the whole fallout that comes from that.
This comes on top of the news that China is slowing down. How's that? What does that mean for the economy, for the market?
Well, it's certainly weighing on the market. Today, as we film this, the market's down well over 100 points. The Dow has yet to close down 100 points on a day this entire year. We're more than 2 months into the year. China said they're targeting 7.5% annual GDP growth at this point. That's lower than it used to be. The Greece situation, the negotiators for the bondholder group came out and said the fallout from a disorderly default could top $1 trillion. Certainly headwinds for the market, but it's been a pretty calm, quiet start to the year, and it's just been this March higher. So some kind of pullback was probably warranted, and it looks like today the combination of news is finally forcing some of that.
So some potential positive news on the horizon. Apple's got a big day tomorrow. There's the iPad 3 event that there's a lot of buzz out there about it. What do you think is going to happen there?
Well, it's interesting because the last time Apple had a big product announcement, it was the newest iPhone. A lot of people were underwhelmed by the presentation for the new iPhone. Stock fell, and then just a few days later when it went on sale and there were lines around the block for it like there usually are, the stock stabilized, and then by the time they reported earnings in January, the stock was off to the races again. We're seeing some of the same phenomenon this time around. Stock hit a fresh high on Monday, but then fell sharply after hitting that high. It's been kind of stuck in neutral for a little bit here, and it'll remain to be seen. One of our contributors did right that the announcement's a great time to sell Apple, and then you can get back in cheaper later if the stock pulls back on the debut.